Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Charity. Today we are continuing with the story Wilderness Love. We are starting from where we stopped. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. John and Mary's relationship continued to blossom and they were happier than they had ever been. They had been dating for a few months, and it was clear to both of them that they were meant to be together. One day, John surprised Mary with tickets to a concert of her favorite band. Mary was thrilled and couldn't wait to go. The concert was a few weeks away, and they spent the day leading up to it talking about how much fun they are going to have. On the night of the concert, John and Mary dressed up in their best clothes and headed up to the venue. They were both excited and nervous, not knowing what to expect. As they entered in the concert hall, the sound of the music filled their ears, and the energy in the room was palpable. John and Mary made their way to the seats, and as the lights went down, the crowd erupted in cheers and screams. The band began to play, and Mary couldn't help but dance along to the music. Oh, John watched her with a smile on his face, feeling grateful to be sharing this moment with her. As the night wore on, the music got louder and the crowd got wilder. John and Mary danced and sang along with the crowd, lost in the moment. Suddenly, John felt a tap on his shoulder. He turned around to see a man standing behind him, looking upset. "Hey man, you need to back off. You are dancing too close to my girlfriend," the man said. John was taken back. He hadn't even noticed that he was standing too close to someone else. He apologized and moved away, feeling embarrassed. Mary noticed John's discomfort and asked him what was wrong. John told her what had happened, and Mary hugged him. Oh, telling him that it wasn't his fault. The incident didn't ruin the night, and they continued to enjoy the concert. But John didn't shake the feeling of embarrassment and guilt. He didn't want to be the kind of a person who caused problems to others. The next day, John called Mary and asked to meet up. They sat down together, and John apologized again for what had happened. He told Mary that he felt bad for causing a sin and that he wanted to make it up to her. Mary smiled and told John that she loved him, faults and all. She reassured him that he was a good person and that everyone makes mistakes. John felt relieved and grateful to have Mary in his life. From that day on, Mary made a conscious effort to be more aware of his surroundings and to make sure that he didn't cause any trouble to others. He knew that he wasn't perfect, but with Mary by his side, he felt like he could be a better person every day. John and Mary's relationship continued to grow stronger, and they were deeply in love. They had shared many beautiful moments together, but they knew they were still learning about each other every day. One weekend, John suggested that they go on a camping trip. Mary was hesitant at first, as she had never been camping before, but she was excited to try something new with John. They packed their bags and headed to a nearby national park. As they set up their tents and built a fire, John taught Mary how to start a fire and roast marshmallows. Mary was amazed and at how skilled John was in the outdoors, and she appreciated the time and effort he put in teaching her. As the night fell, they snuggled up in their sleep bags and looked up at the stars. John pointed out different constellations and told Mary stories about his childhood adventures in the wilderness. As the night wore on, John fell asleep, but Mary found herself unable to sleep. She was overwhelmed with emotions, feeling grateful for the love and companionship she had found in John. She knew that she loved him deeply, but she also realized that she had never told him. The next morning, as they sat by the fire, Mary mustered upon courage to tell John how she felt. "John, I know I have told you before, but I want you to know how much I love you. You have brought so much joy and happiness into my life. I can't imagine a day without you." John looked at Mary with tears in his eyes, feeling overwhelmed with love for her. "Mary, I love you too, more than anything in the world." From that moment on, John and Mary's relationship entered a new phase of love and commitment. They knew that they were meant to be together, and they would face whatever challenges life threw at them, as long as they had each other. As they packed up their campsite and headed back home, John held Mary's hand, feeling grateful for the love and trust they shared. They knew that they had found something special, and they were excited to see where their love story would take them next. John and Mary began dating for almost a year, and their love for each other had only grown stronger. They had been through so much together, and their bond had become unbreakable. One evening,